Hello and welcome to the second episode of the S.League show. It was a weekend full of surprises, which only proves that the 2012 season of the Great Eastern-YEO'S S.League is only getting better. Underdogs proving their worth and some teams proving they could well turn out to be title contenders. Let's have a look at Week 2's fixtures. It's a much changed Balestier taking on defending champions Tampines in the opening match at Jalan Besar. Courts Young Lions in the hunt for their first win. Albirex travelling west once again. And a cracker, DPMM of Brunei taking on SAF. Well, Thursday turned out to be a great day for Balestier fans as they had two things to cheer about. One, they got to see their beloved team come out top against the defending champs Tampines. And two, they witnessed the upset all for free. Jamie Reeves and myself with the commentary.
Two players who have been quiet so far. Vigorov. That one sails high and handsome over the crossbars. And the flag stays down yet again. Balestier behind the Tampines defence, but it is wide. Again, accuracy in the cross is vitally important. It is there. And the header comes in, but not enough purchase on it. And in the end, Sasa Draven. Your friend of mine, Paul Masefield, knows this side well. Knows Darren Stewart well. And he said, don't be surprised if they're strong, but they've got to defend! The touch from Juric almost going past Joey Sim, but the keeper managed to get a finger on it. I mentioned it earlier about Juric. Fantastic goal-scoring record, but this goal with a shot! Oh, he hits the upright! Joey Sim went to ground very, very early. There'll be an opening here. Stags have got many, many bodies back. Park tried to strike it himself. Comes free, takes the deflection, it's gone behind. Ball bounces kindly for him. What can the fullback do? He's gone inside. An opening for Balestier. Just over the top of the crossbar. I've been impressed with Balestier, Carl, so I've got to be honest. You know, they've not had the best of seasons over the last handful of years in Singapore. But this is a completely different side, and it's a side who have an opening. And that opening has been taken. Balestier Calcer champions by a goal to nil. Ruzhaizad Ismail celebrates.
So an upset at Jalan Besar, 1-0 Balestier win. Now hungry for a win after last week's defeat, Gombak United looking for victory against a listless Home United, it has to be said, at Bishan Stadium. Despite the return of internationals Shi Jai and John Wilkinson, Home United failing to live up to their fans' expectations. And it was the Bulls grabbing the game by its horns on 25 minutes, surprising many in at Bishan Stadium. An absolute belter from Mustaqim Mansour, giving Gombak the lead by a goal to nil. Celebrations quite rightly after such a strike in the opening half hour. Now it was Home United who upped the pace in the second half. Obviously, some harsh words in the changing rooms at the break. Many chances coming their way initially, giving initial hope of a comeback being on the cards. Frederick Mendy involved all the time, but it just wouldn't happen for the Protectors, despite the opportunities, the ball failing to cross the line. Mendy, though, was the curse, the thorn in the Gombak side, involved in just about everything that Home United threw forward. But just as it looked as though it was going to be levelled, they were thwarted at the death. The Bulls' defence resolute in the onslaught from the Protectors, who finished second in the S-League in 2011, and they won the Singapore Cup. It just wouldn't happen in front of goal. The pressure was relentless. We mentioned the thorn in the side, Mendy. Well, the big striker had one more chance before the end of the game, agonisingly cleared off the line, and it looked as though Gombak's victory was secured. But in the very last minute, Frenchman Franklin Onziet in the right place at the right time. A little bit of luck to find the ball at his feet. He tucks away the late equaliser, and finally, the Protectors are level. So a lot of pressure, but the late comeback for Home United. They do get a share of the spoils. This one finishes 1-1. It was a point apiece, but what a cracking goal by Manza to start off the goal-scoring action. Over at the Jurong East Stadium, Tanjong Pagar tried to make up for last season's defeat at the hands of Albirex Niigata. And it was the Jaguars who started the ball rolling in front of a healthy crowd. It was Hafiz Osman at the far post in the 3rd minute to head home the corner. Delight for Tanjong. There was not an awful lot to celebrate in 2011 from the side from Queenstown Stadium, but they're revelling in taking an early lead against the White Swans. Now, it all seemed to be going Jaguars' way until a free kick on the edge of the box to Albirex. And it's that man who's got the goal-scoring touch in 2012, does it yet again. Masatake Sato equalising 7 minutes before the break. A brilliant free kick, as tight as you can inside off the post. Now, Coach Sugiyama must have said something to his side during the interval, because celebrations going into the half and clinical finishing coming out of it. Knocked in easily. The goal coming from Yasuhiro Yamakoshi. And 2-1 becoming 3-1, an almost carbon copy situation from the first 45 minutes. A free kick on the edge of the box. The referee doing his paperwork first. That's before the Japanese star Kamakoshi again firing in through a 5-man wall to extend Albirex's lead. So 3-1 with 3 minutes remaining, and the Jaguars getting very tired indeed. And Albirex pouncing once again. The White Swans storming through the defence, sealing the deal with a beautiful close-range effort. Toshikazu Soya hitting his 3rd of the season, his 1st of this game. Plenty more still to come from the man from Albirex. The full-time scoreline, a big victory. Albirex Niigata 4, Tanjong Pagar 1. A Friday night at Jalan Besar Stadium, the Courts Young Lions facing Hougang United. You know what that means. Only one story. The Hougang Who's in full voice, looking to enjoy themselves. But it was the Young Lions who almost struck first. Early action in the game. The Young Lions just not managing to be able to put it in, and behind it goes to safety. But the first goal wasn't far coming. 14 minutes. It was Sobri latching onto a long clearance from goalkeeper Ang Jafar. He slotted it beautifully past Sazwan Bohari. 1-0 it was, Hougang. And not even 15 minutes on the watch. Could 2012 be a season of celebrations for Hougang? Well, they did create chance after chance. Jordan Webb on the score sheet last week, almost again, as the first half was coming towards its close. But the Canadian would make up for that miss. Again, it's Azar with the pass. Webb latching onto the ball. Good first touch, better second. 2-0 it is. Webb on the score sheet for a second successive match week. So that was 2-0. The Young Lions did have their opportunities, but Hougang defending resolutely when called upon at the back. 2-0 became 3-0 in the second half. Leaping like a salmon, Vidagovic venturing forward and nodding in the third. Stanislav very pleased with his performance. Great scoreline for Hougang United. 3-0 their victory at Jalan Besar. Courts Young Lions left blank. Welcome back to the S.League show. Sunday evening was the first home game of the season for SAF at Chua Chu Kang Stadium, where the Warriors took on the Bruneians DPMM. Early chances came from either side. DPMM boosted by taking a point from the S.League champions Tampines Rovers in match week 1. And they were pushing for the early pressure. Long-range efforts, just skimming the outside of the upright, setting up the Bruneians for the first opening of the game. Basiru Osman in the right place at the right time yet again to add to his goal that he scored last week against Tampines Rovers in Brunei. 1-0 it was to the visitors. SAF then decided to do a little bit of pushing themselves in search of the equaliser. Not been the best start to the 2012 campaign for the Warriors. Goalkeeper though in sparkling form. First, a relatively regulation save. The second, a little bit special. But the breakthrough did come. It was Tatsuro Inui who fires the Warriors level on 68 minutes into the second period. A stunning free kick, and it looked as though the points may yet be shared, but it was not to be. The Warriors, culprits in their own undoing, a defensive lapse, creating an opportunity at the back for the Bruneians to take all 3 points. Sharazan Said lashing the shot past Hassan Sunny into the far corner. 2-1 it was in the end, 10 minutes remaining, and the Warriors unable to close the gap once more. 2-1 it finished in favour of DPMM. They remain unbeaten in the 2012 season. SAF, not the best start. Now, after sitting out week one, another match on Sunday evening saw Geylang United start their 2012 campaign, and they were hoping to make it a perfect start when they travelled to Woodlands Wellington. And it looked as though it could have been. A couple of promising early chances, just going wide of the mark. Everybody starting to think, would it be Geylang's night? The answer to that question, though, emphatically was no. 1-0 early doors. Lebanese Hussein Akil's shot put Woodlands 1-0 ahead. Great celebrations on the hour mark. And 1-0 quickly became 2-0. The Rams doubling their advantage. Forward goes Sui Sui, curling the ball in from the left-hand side beautifully. Inch perfect to give Woodlands a 2-0 lead. Well, Go practicing his celebrations. Rockabye baby on the treetop. He certainly seemed to enjoy the goal on 70 minutes. The crowd celebrating too. There were a few nail-biting moments for the home side. Daniel Razali giving Geylang a glimmer of hope when he finally finds the back of the net from close range. In it goes, second time of asking. 2-1. Geylang feeling they're back in it, and time on their side, still 7 minutes of regulation time to go. But any hope short-lived. Moon Soon Ho wrapping things up on Woodlands with just 2 minutes remaining on the clock to confirm all 3 points to the home side, leaving them level with Albirex Nagata on the summit. The full-time scoreline, Woodlands 3, Geylang United 1. So, confirmation of Balestier's unexpected victory over Tampines. Albirex continue with the goals again. Sawyer leading the way in the goal scorers column. Hougang also scoring well. And there is Albirex Nagata sitting proudly on top after 2 wins at home. Sadly, they bid farewell to one of their players, Yoshisuke Saito, leaving Asia to move to Europe.